What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're checking in on a big update to actually a game that I really liked from about 6 or 7 months ago. This is one of those sleeper indie games that didn't really take off or get a whole lot of coverage, but honestly was really an example of the best that can be offered in the world of indie gaming as far as graphical fidelity goes. And this game is really pushing the limits of pixel art and what you can do with it while still being pixel art or whatever. And so I really liked this game. If you never played it before, effectively it's a game about a doomed journey. It's the future where we have these robots called tenders or something like that, and they're supposed to look after everything, and one day they all just shut down. And they were responsible for our agriculture, our defense, and everything else. And this is a considerable amount of time after they shut down. You are a general from an old empire that ruled a fat chunk of the galaxy that's desperately trying to hold things together at the moment. And your job is to make your way through the galaxy as far as you possibly can without getting your spaceship blown up. Along the way, you're going to collect officers and crewmen and ships and gear and abilities and stuff like that. And if you die, it doesn't really matter because you're a clone, and they'll just bring back another clone of their ultimate general. So let's get started. I think we're going to have a good time here today. I think this game is really fantastic. And so it's now been updated to the Advanced Tactics mode, which adds some new content and some other features that you can check out on the Steam page itself. Where am I? A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it Gehenna, if they call it anything at all. This, Admiral, is a top-secret cloning facility for the Imperial forces, the one and only of its kind. I am Caliban, its Omni-Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral. Or to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone. Identical to the original Ellis Idaho in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Idaho die? And how? Unfortunately, I don't know the details of my clones' lives, as interesting as they may be, extraneous to my directives, I believe, which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious, after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help? Now I really feel strange. Not just a machine, Admiral. An Omni, short for Omni-Mechanical Neon Intelligence. Emperor Oberon invented us. Now your kind relies on us for just about everything. I'll come right out with it. I believe the Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions have stopped arriving. So you send a transmission yourself. I don't see the problem. That's just it. I can't. The facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire to help keep it a secret. Something is wrong. I'm certain of it. And I've awoken you so that we can fly out of here, in an Omega-class battleship, no less. And we will see for ourselves. We. I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind's limitations. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship yourself? Because of Oberon's Rubicon. It prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Also, since I can assume that the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral ever to exist. I'd say that you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine. For Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Now, just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires that I ask you, can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories? Any memory linked to a strong emotion, love, hate. These memories, because of their complex neural pathways, are a bit trickier for you to access. I'm not sure. Then if you would do me the honor of trying to recall one, any emotional memory will do. I can't. It's blurred and broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to Idaho's training and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. Lastly, and this is very, very important, if these emotional memories return, rather when they return, please tell me immediately. It's important. For your safety. Your safety. Do you understand? I understand. Perfect. Now, let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste, and please, Admiral. What's it now? Call me Caliban. I think that I'm going to take a rough guess here, being a massive cinephile who watches a lot of movies. I'm going to take a rough guess and say that's foreshadowing, and that we got super emotional, and possibly did something irrational and betrayed the Empire, or maybe hit some kind of breaking point where we turned on our allies, or fell apart somehow, or failed the Empire, and his job is to liquefy us and respawn us if we ever reach that emotional point again. That's what I'm going to estimate. So here's our Excelsior-class battleship. We can upgrade it. La-di-da. You can see right there, as we get more scrap, we can make this stronger. We can also start out with squadrons. So we've got fighters, we've got frigates, we've got drones, and we've got an extra busted drone just in case. The basic way that this works, fighters kill drones, drones kill frigates, and frigates kill fighters, in case you were wondering. So once we get to the combat system, I'll explain that a little bit better. We also have a piercer laser right here. The piercer laser is basically an ability we can play on the battlefield in order to damage our enemies periodically. It's going to work better or worse depending on what officers we decide to recruit when we start out. We have the Gehenna Tech over here. Squadron's reparation time are lowered. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. That's a decent core system. Let's go ahead and pick our officers right here. We have Juncio Garcia, who gives us tactical targeting. It makes our squadrons hit 15% harder. Not bad. He also comes with some skills, persuasion and discretion. This will only make our squadrons stronger. There are also special officers we will unlock as we get further on into the game. These guys are 100% better than the random ones that you get up here. These tend to be like the holotype examples of being really, really good commanders. I think before I did this episode, I deleted my save, and I think in my save I had unlocked these two right here. I think I had unlocked this guy, and I think I had unlocked this guy. This guy was like a badass warrior. This guy was like a super sick technician, and these two over here were kind of like squad commanders and squadron commanders. We've got Paulo Khan, who makes our squadrons faster. Your squadrons actually move pretty slowly a lot of the time, so that's actually not as bad as it seems. It's pretty good. Apparently this guy is good at piloting, and this guy is good at demolitions. We have Bertrand Fernandez, who is famous. So apparently if I sell this guy at a station, he's worth 3 times as much as he would normally be worth. So really you would only carry him along until you can sell him, unless you really need an erudite or you need an engineering guy. We also have Myra Fedorova. Her ability is that she repairs our hull while we're kind of like flying around. She apparently is good at fighting, and apparently she's also good at piloting. We can actually only really have 2 of these guys equipped, as I recall. So I'm going to take Juncio, and I'm going to take... We'll take Bertrand. I'm kind of curious if I can sell him for a decent amount of money. Well, maybe I won't. I mean, we can't put both of these people on our squadrons. That's the issue we're running into. So it's really a choice between these two. And this person has better skills, in my opinion. Engineering and erudition are pretty solid. They tend to come up pretty often when you're on away missions. Then again, this guy's good at fighting, so maybe we'll just go with Fedorova. All right. I'm pretty happy with our choices. I think we're capable of starting off. These are the sectors of the Outer Rim, Admiral. The farthest sectors from the capital that there are. If there was ever a wasteland in the Empire, this would be it. Strange. I'm not picking up other omnis. Even out here, I would be picking up dozens. Let's try not to overreact, machine. It's probably nothing. The Empire has run flawlessly for how many years now? 700. And it will do so for hundreds more. Now, come. Let's take a look around. Okay. So the basic way that this works is it's just like FTL. You've got little areas that you jump in between. You start out with resources. Right now we've got neon fuel. It will charge you neon fuel for pretty much everything you do in this game. Moving around, warp gates, all that kind of stuff. So really, don't run out of neon fuel becomes kind of the name of the game. We have scrap. Scrap is the universal currency. It's your money. It's the way that it's your money. It's your XP. It's pretty much everything. Like, you want, the more of this you have, the happier you are. And then we have commandos. These are how many Marines we have that are trained in combat that we can send down to planets to investigate anomalies and issues and send on expeditions and stuff like that. Let's go off to Oberhausen, which appears to have a few things that we're going to be interested in. Just an absolutely gorgeous game. Just beautiful. What do we have here, Lieutenant? It appears to be some kind of cube-like refinery, sir. It's a neon hypercube, Omnitech for the simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutrinium from nearby stars. Interesting, if not downright bizarre. This cube isn't connected to the FoldNet. How could that be? And why aren't there hypercube omnis trying to reconnect it as I speak? Okay, investigate the cube. Captain Lynch, form a small squadron, fly around the cube and tell me what you see. On it, sir. Sir, the Omni was right. The cube isn't connected to the FoldNet, and by the looks of it, hasn't been connected in years. Just a guess here, but I'm going to say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10, 15 years? 10 or 15 years. At least, sir. Could be the Empire had, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube Omni myself, but cubes are complex tech requiring constant supervision. Disconnecting it would make all that but impossible. And the neon levels? Empty, sir. There's no neon here whatsoever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be refueling. The reserves might be empty, but there still would be some residual neon coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock this final restraint so that we can scavenge the leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There. We should be able to scavenge the neon fuel here now. That'll be the last of it in this cube. Alright, so every single time you arrive in a location, you've got an opportunity to scavenge some neon. You should absolutely do it. If you get really lucky, you'll get like 3. If you get really unlucky, you'll get like 1. But you can't get nothing, so you always want to hit these up. As far as our hull goes, I'm going to put her on emergency hull repair. And then with our squadrons, I believe I'm going to start out and put in our squad technician. Over here, I think I will place my... Oof, I don't know. We'll put the busted drone in there for right now. I don't know if I actually have enough money. We can go to our Excelsior class. Let's go to the system map real fast and kind of see what's in the area. So, we have nothing really there. Oh, it looks like that's where it wants me to go. Never mind. Apparently it's all locked up because it's taking us through the ropes as newbies, even though I'm not really. Sir, battleship, 12 o'clock. What kind of battleship, Lieutenant? Couldn't say, sir. Never seen a ship like this in all my service. Incoming transmission. An Imperial battleship made from Telos tech. My mouth is watering. This is Admiral Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector you find yourself in. Imperial sector? That's funny, imp. So here's combat. The way that combat works is we're going to be on a little hex grid right here. Once we initiate combat, we're going to be fighting with our fighters over here. We can move them around in order to do battle with the enemy. Occasionally we'll be able to use our weapons right here to fire at them. The ultimate goal is to get our craft to the other side of the map and start firing at their 3 hard points right here. If you can fire at any of those 3 hard points, they'll start losing HP from their hull. I feel like I can explain it to you a little bit faster than the tutorial will, so I figure I'll give it a go. We can deploy these guys right here. We'll give them a go. Kind of see how they do. It looks like they played some busted drones as well. So we'll go ahead and help out on this side. Apparently my gun is not hooked up right now, which is all kinds of a bummer. We should out DPS them, I think, because we've got that 25% extra damage. Yeah, I was going to say, in the short run, we should outrun them. There we go. So we managed to kill them off. We can undeploy this squadron. I would say not to bother. Let's just move them up to there, and we'll get some attacks off. This thing's already busted, so like we don't really care if it gets exploded because we can fix it anyways. We'll get a little bit of damage off right there. His squadron is going to be repairing for 8 more seconds, and so we've got plenty of time just to unload on them. We've lowered the amount of damage that they can deal to us now, and then I can fire this cannon right there, and that should finish them off. Good job, Admiral. We've got 52 scrap. Very, very nice. What was that thing? I don't know, Lieutenant, and I'm not sure I want to either. We do have some scrap to play around with, but I think they've got us locked right now, so I can't upgrade my ship. I would already be upgrading right now if it was just me. An Imperial outpost, sir. It seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. What about an omnipresence? They should be there managing the station, no? They should. And no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Lieutenant, see if you can make contact with someone, human or not, inside. Of course, Admiral. Sorry, sir. If there's anybody inside, they're not answering. What do you wish to do about this outpost, Admiral? Send commandos in. Captain Lean, form a small team and check it out. You got it, sir. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems like it was abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time that the hypercube back there was disconnected from the foldnet. Looks like somebody came here, took the most valuable Omni parts, neon encapsulators, positronic chips, and left the rest behind. Scavenging Omni parts? Who would do such a thing? That's a capital offense. One the Prague Maw will execute you for. Hold on, sir. I'm getting a transmission. My commandos found something. It's an Omni. Intact from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's a negative, sir. It was in a lower level. Guess whoever was here before us didn't go down that far. Might have needed a high clearance to get in. Admiral, I can examine it from here if the captain plugs the datapad into the exosoc. Sure thing, Omni. Okay. Accessing the Omni's mainframe. And? Strange. Its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of neon and its positronic chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. Any idea when it shut down? According to its chip, 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the foldnet. What do you want to do about this outpost, Admiral? I have some questions. What do you want to know? Can you reactivate him? Unfortunately, no. Only Omni owners can do that. Besides, this Omni isn't just in sleep mode. It's been shut down. Okay. I suppose we'll continue on. I'd love to strip the place for parts, but it doesn't seem to be an option. I don't want to further worry you, but our battleship's heuristics are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Well, that's no bueno. Guess we'll find out about it. It's probably a battle or something. We are getting kind of low on neon, which sort of worries me. It's one of those creatures again, sir. Maybe this one will be friendly? Nice ship you got there. I'm going to enjoy scrapping it over your dead bodies. You're going down, whatever you are. Okay, let's take a look here. He's got fighters. I think I'd like to prep some frigates, please. Go ahead and give me my friggy boys and we'll get moving. Frigs, head on out. My gun's still equipped, right? These guys are going to try and duck past us, and it would really be in our best interest to stop that from happening. That 25% damage bonus is paying off big time right now. I've played the game enough to, like, I can notice the damage difference. The damage difference is pretty gnarly at the moment. We got 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and put some damage on their weapons. Maybe shut those down ever so slightly. Weapons ready to fire. Let's go ahead and back it on up. Apparently their weapon damage has been disabled. Pretty... Oh, cool, we got a Mark I fighter. Very nice. Extra fighters for your bays are always useful. Though we had yet another brush with death, at least our scanner detected the anomaly this time. Tell me more about the anomaly. Anomalies are destinations with a higher than normal probability of being very negative or very positive. Unfortunately, we don't know what kind of outcome to expect until we arrive at the source's signal. You could say investigating anomaly signals is a bit of a gamble. Good to know. Come on, there's got to be someone around here who can tell us what's going on. Okay. We need to pull in... there's a secret military base on this side. That sounds like just the kind of place we'd like to be. There would appear to be a small colony on the planet, Admiral. Maybe we can finally get some answers. I'm also detecting a ground signal, roughly 1,000 kilometers from the colony. Could be worth investigating with an expedition. Hello? Is anyone there? This is Admiral Ellis Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. I am Tygan Bowie, leader of my small colony. What can we do for you, Admiral? If it's scrap you're looking for, I'm sorry, but there's none. Scrap? We're here to find out what's going on in these sectors. I don't understand. We've yet to encounter a single active Omni, and 2 enemy battleships have engaged us. Is this some kind of sick joke, Admiral? The Omni's shut down. Impossible. The Omni's shut down in our sectors, and when they did, so did all of their tech. It can't run without them. How and when? I have no idea how it happened. I'm not even sure even Oberon does. It's truly the great mystery of our time. As for when, 20 years ago. We relied on them for everything, food, medicine, weather. It's hard to give accurate numbers, but maybe 75% of the population here died in the first 5 years alone. Now who knows how many of us are left, 10%, possibly less? Okay, can we help you somehow? Defeating the Scrappers would be a nice start. Things would look a whole lot better with those scum out of the way. Scrappers? You tell me you don't know about them. It's been like this living the entire time in the uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. The Scrappers are a group of hideous irradiated scavengers who collect leftover Omnitech and Neon. When the Omni shut down, causing the Foldnet to collapse in our sectors, they were the ones that took over in the chaos. They're not the only rotten apples around here with your pirates and your occasional crazy civilian, but they're definitely the worst. They defeated the Imperial ships. How? Telos Tech is second to none. Imperial captains are trained at the Academy. True, but the Scrapper battleships wore them down. Picked one off here, one off there. It was a war of attrition. Plus, the Empire couldn't send reinforcements, not with the folder down. I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before they make slaves of us all. But even if you beat them, even if you beat Mother, it won't change anything. The way we're going 10, 15 years from now, all the hardships we're experiencing will be gone, all of us, unless what? Unless you somehow reactivate the Omnis, turn them back on again. The ones that haven't been scavenged for their parts, that is. That's the only way to save us. Is there something else you want to know? Okay, how do we turn the Omnis back on? You're asking the wrong guy, I'm afraid. As I said, nobody knows who or what shut them down. You'll have to solve that mystery on your own, Admiral. Once you do, you'll have to find a way to turn them back on, which might be another thing altogether. Where should we start? Hate to say it, but Mother's probably your best bet. I mean, she benefited the most from shutting down in the cluster, didn't she? Then again, there's a lot of theories out there about who or what's responsible for this. Is there something else you want to know, Admiral? Okay, who's Mother? You really don't want to know, Admiral. For some reason, that's what they call her, their leader. Mother, Mom, Mommy. It's all very upsetting. Mama's clan. I am the law. So we're basically going to be Judge Dredd in all this. From what I gather, she was the one who started the Scrappers, fostering a punk nihilistic scavenging philosophy among their sordid ranks. Who makes up her ranks? Former Imperial prisoners, I think, the worst of the worst. When the Omnis shut down, the prisoners escaped from their Omni-run prisons and psychiatric stations. Mother loves her tech, especially House Telos tech, like the battleship you've got, and she and the Boyles who work for her will kill you for it and enjoy doing it too. She's been terrorizing these sectors for years. Okay. I guess we'll end the conversation. I promise in the name of Oberon, we're going to take care of these Scrappers and get your Omnis up and running again. You say that, Admiral, but you'll fail or you'll stop trying sooner or later, or worse yet, you'll die. Take this Neon. We have plenty at the moment, and I have a feeling you're going to need it. Like I said, I know it's not the bravest thing to do, but it's best if you hide. You'll live longer that way. End of transmission, sir. Do you believe what he said? Unfortunately, yes. It explains everything we've seen so far. The Omni shut down in the Outer Rim, and so did their tech, including the cluster's folder. That's why those Scrappers now run things here. So what do we do now, sir? First thing we need to do is find Mother. As Bowie said, if she didn't shut the Omnis down, the chances are she knows who or what did. If you want to move on, Admiral, open the star map below by clicking on it and choose our next system. Otherwise, we can stay and check out the base. Let's do the mission. Alright, let's scan the planet and see what they got going on. There's a secret military base, no major threats detected. This is the number of commandos on the expedition. Minimum requirement is 3. You can send up to 10. Okay, I'm going to go with her as my officer right here. I would like to increase the amount of commandos that we send, but I think it's got it locked to 3 for this one. She definitely appears to be the better field commando, so let's do it. Lieutenant, Caliban's detected an artifact on the planet that could be helpful to the mission. We have a good idea of where it is, but we need you and a team of commandos on the ground to find and extract it. We'll have visuals, but space-to-ground communication's got to be minimal. We can't risk giving away the location of our battleship or exposing you to potential local threats. Only contact us when it's secure to do so, and I'll decide if emergency retreat is necessary. Of course, any additional resources you encounter should be extracted. Now get going. Shuttle's waiting for you and the commandos. Good luck down there. Thank you, sir. Line secured, Admiral. We've seen our bio readouts. What do you think? Should we continue? Yeah, continue. We have no casualties yet, so that's really, really good, actually. Nice. This is going outstandingly well right now. Like, normally these away missions do not go this well. Alright, I'm trying to warn you. Like, usually these away missions are a giant fuster of clucks. They are just a mess. But we appear to be moving through with flying colors, dude. Alright, let's get the hell on out of here. I'm so proud of all of you right now. We got a Mark 1 frigate prototype. What does the prototype do? Is it, like, better than what we have? It has an atemporal engine. This unit's movement cannot be altered by positive or negative effects in any way. That's actually really cool. Okay, let's go ahead and swap this out. We'll take fighters, and we'll take frigs. And we'll see how the whole thing plays. We now have access to the upgrade menu. We can go through and we can use our scrap. We can vary up some of our stats right here. We can get better hull integrity. We can get extra squadrons. So, like, we can get, let's see here, 2 officer support. Oh, that'll give us 2 officers. But with 300, we can get another squadron dock, which is like a major come up because that means you can cover all of your bases. Additional weapon docks are really nice too because then you can bombard a lot harder. It really just depends what you want to do. For right now, I think we should sit on our resources and we should decide what we want to do. Let's go to the star map and we'll see if we can get on out of here. So we've got a node that we can visit here. I'd like to go somewhere that's got fun stuff to do. I think Omicron Biako sounds like a good idea. We don't really need mercenaries right now. This place has a lot of stuff we can go for as well. Yeah, let's go this way. I like anomalous systems. They make me happy. Okay, so we are blockaded here. I believe that means we're going to have to fight our way through the blockade if I remember right. Normally when you start up in default mode, you don't have to fight anybody. Civilian ship, sir. Looking for good tech? I got all kinds of good stuff, all legally procured, of course. What are the chances that it works? Good. Real good. Like 75% good. Okay. Let's get the fuel scavenging upgrade. Here's your scrap. It better work. Testing it, sir. Shouldn't take us long to determine if we've been had. Bad news, sir. Tech's defective. That's too bad, but you knew the risk going in. Sorry, no refunds available under any circumstances ever. End of transmission, sir. Kill him. Like, why didn't you lock weapons? That's what you gotta do, is you gotta lock on with your weapons while you're testing out the tech, and then if it comes back negative, you just blow them to space dust. We need to outrun this blockade, like, right now. Let's go to our local map real fast and see what other fun things there are to do. We've got a battleship wreckage over here. Let's go for that. Civilian wreckage, sir. Looks like it collided head-on with something in interstitial tunnels. Survivors? Unlikely, sir. Not at the speed they were traveling. There might be a small amount of scrap available for taking in the crash if it didn't disintegrate. Yeah, you might as well. Captain, get that scrap if there is any. As upsetting as the situation is, we need as much as we can have. Putting my men and women on it at once, Admiral. My team's bringing the scrap back now. Not a bad little metal haul if I say so myself. Yeah, 58 scrap right there? That's what I'm talking about. Apparently there's also like an expedition we can do. There's no major threats. So that's a good start. Yeah, go ahead and launch it. Let's see how this goes. I just absolutely love this game. It's such a good game. I don't know why I never put a lot of hours into it. Like, in general, anybody you make the commander of, like, away missions, you really want them to at least have the fight skill. If they don't have the fight skill, you're going to run into problems. Continue forward. We haven't lost anybody yet, so I'm okay with it. No demolitions right there, so one guy was killed. But we got our fight check right there. All things considered, losing one Marine on these away missions is actually not a terrible result. Like, you should really sort of expect to lose like half of them if you send them out. There's the wreckage. What do we get? Oh, we don't have sharp senses, so we don't get anything. Aw, feels bad, man. At least we got some scrap out of the deal. There you go. Pull him back. So we traded one guy for 77 scrap. That's kind of a dick move, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We've got an army depot over here. Let's hit this, and then we'll hit the army depot, and we'll decide what we want to do next. Army depot, we should be able to refuel and resupply. Scrapper battleship, sir. Incoming transmission. Shiny ship you've got. I think I'll scrap it when you're dead. I don't think you're going to be successful at that. I think you're going to have a bad time, my friend. He's got, what, fighters? All right. Send out the frig. Yeah, I didn't much want you guys here, but I get it. You sweep that way. Sweep that way. You come up a little closer. Go ahead and sweep that way. There you go. Target him, target him, target him. Very nice. Get up in here. Fighters will get the rest of the job done. Oh, he's already down. This man's already been fragged. Very nice. All right, let's go after their weapons bay. You come back over here, and we'll see what damage we can get off. They're probably going to shoot something at us very, very soon. Oh, never mind. Ooh, a Mark II Minotaurus fighter. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sorry, old fighter. We have a new fighter now. Is that thing even sexier? So its initial speed is worse. It accelerates while moving in a straight line, and it will deal damage when it impacts the enemy depending on speed. Phew, I don't know if I like that. I might just sell that. That's gonna, like, I've played the game enough to know that that's a unit that's gonna have, like, very, very specific applications. And if you can get it there, it'll be alright. But I feel like the AI is gonna be pretty good at dodging it. That's my worry, is that the AI is gonna be really, really good at dodging us there. I don't want the star map. I want the local map, please. Give me that, yeah, give me that little local map up in here. Let's go to the army depot. I know we're a little bit low on neon fuel, but I think we're going to be able to resupply here, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Passing through some magnetic interference, sir. Buckle up. Might get bumpy. Got chief for you. Sir, got a situation down here. There's an isolated fire in C9. The storm must be to blame. C9, that's the primary squadron hangar, sir. We can put it out using neon foam, or we can let it burn knowing that it won't spread to other sections of the ship, but suffering squadron damage in the process. Your call, sir. Extinguish it. I don't want to lose any of my fighters. We put out the fire. Used a lot of neon to do it. Just one of those things, sir. Yeah, well, you know. We're at a shop, so I'm sure it'll be okay. Yeah, they only had the two anyways. We'll replace some of the commandos. So that commando died so that we could get 70 scrap. It was definitely a good deal. Oh, we can get a cruiser. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had a cruiser before. We got a drone Mark 1, a crafter. Cooldown, create a patch temporary crafted drone Mark 1 that will disappear at the end of the fight. Okay, so he just sits there and makes like other little drones. That's kind of cool. I like the Mark II fighter as well. That might be worth picking up. I can sell some of my extra squadrons too. I'll probably get rid of the busted drones. I have 2 fighters as well. I'm going to get rid of the Minotaurus. I'll keep what I've got right there. We've got new officers over here too. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. They're not selling officers. All right. Honestly, I'll probably just take the scrap. All I needed is fuel. Now we can do upgrades, though. So I'd like to do... Man, I'd love to have another squadron dock. I really sincerely would. I guess I could get another weapon dock? Yeah, let's go for another weapon dock, and then we can go in here, and I guess we can get... That doesn't do anything to battleship hulls. Yeah, let's just get a hull breaker laser. I mean, having extra lasers sounds like a really, really good plan. So there we go. The hull breaker, I think, is mostly used for... Oh, it just doesn't deal any heat. Okay, that's fine. Next system. All right. We'll go up to Omicron. We'll become hostile after the next jump in between systems. Oh, I'm already in Omicron, Biako. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I made the jump. Okay. We'll go over to... There's an ejected cryopod over here. That might work out okay. The thing that worries me is that there's no neon repository over here. So hopefully we get a really good roll off the neon hypercube. Church battleship, sir. Thank Oberon, an Imperial ship. You're only a child. I am. Everyone on this ship is, Admiral. Where'd you come from? We are the children of Theodorus IV, a planet in the church cluster. Unlike most people on our planet, we do not worship the Omnis as gods, and for this we've been persecuted. We stole a ship and left, studying all Battleship books in our libraries beforehand. Still, it's been a bumpy ride. Please help us, Admiral. We are only children. How can we help? We're being pursued by other church ships. They know about us now. You could help us by bringing us aboard, Admiral, by defending and transporting us to a planet where we'll be free to think and act as we wish. We know of such a planet not far away. We could put it on your star map, and we have scrap. We'd be happy to pay you for the ride. I mean, what kind of man would I be if I'm not going to help out a ship full of children that are about to be exterminated? You know what I mean? Thank you, Admiral. You are too kind. I wish our parents were more like you. Where are your parents? It hurts to say this, but many are hunting us now. Man, rough life in the future, dude. Real rough life in the future. Sir, my grunts tell me the kids are on the pods and have almost reached the ship. I'm told they look like they've been through hell. I'm also told they look nervous, probably have a hard time trusting adults now. Sir, I have a delayed message from the children's ship. Why not just communicate with us in person? Hello, Admiral. You must be wondering why we sent you a message now. We just want to let you know that you've fallen for our trap, you stupid Imperial pig. Death to all Imperial pigs. Praise the Omni gods. Well, that's not good. Sir, the children. They were strapped with neon explosives underneath their rags. We've taken them down, and it's a bloodbath. No kid and commando parts everywhere. Guess they were some kind of kiddie extremist group. Dude! Brutal. I guess I've been bamboozled. My name is Splattercat. This is Crying Sons, a really, really good game that if you've missed it has continued to develop and get more content. So definitely swing through if you put it on the back burner for a while. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every day so you don't have to. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more, leave a like on it. And I will see you all with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet tomorrow. Bye, everybody.